Welcome back, my watches, whiskeys, and wines aficionados. Last time I introduced you to Samaipata, a place that's 1,750 meters above sea level. Now we're going to dig deeper, way deeper into the soil. We're going to learn about the terroir. We're going to learn about the things that makes Samaipata special and what makes the bottles of wine that come out of that region special and beautiful. So stick with me. Continue to watch these series. You're going to love it. You're going to learn quite a bit about this unknown region in Bolivia. Making wine at 1,750 meters, nearly 6,000 feet, above sea level isn't just a geographical detail. It's a defining trait of every bottle that comes out of Samaipata. From the grapevine to the barrel, this altitude shapes everything. High-altitude winemaking presents both blessings and challenges. The intense daytime sun develops deep flavor and thick skins in the grapes, building concentration and complexity. But it's the cool nighttime air, sometimes dropping 15 to 20 degrees, that preserves their natural acidity and balance. This daily temperature swing, called diurnal shift, slows down ripening and creates a longer growing season. Compared to a wine region like Napa Valley, where heat can push grapes to ripen quickly and produce bolder, fruit-forward wines, Samaipata's altitude acts as a natural regulator. Here, ripening happens gradually, which means more aroma development, better acidity, and a natural freshness. The result? Wines with structure, balance, and vibrant character. Bright yet refined, bold yet elegant. It's what makes high-altitude wines so distinctive and why Samaipata is starting to turn heads.
The soil is mainly laja. We say laja when the rocks are very flat.
Yes. No.
And also we have a lot of greda. I don't know how to say that in English. And it's a special, very hard soil, very tough. So
Almost like a hard clay.
to plant one bean in the soil, we have to make a hole, with bunches. 70% of the vineyards are in slopes, 45 degrees slope. So if you go down,
Down
yeah.
here.
So that makes also the plant very stressed. So you can have a bush grape very intense with a lot of tannin.
And that's the funny part about wine. Wine, the grapes need to suffer. That's how you get intense, amazing flavors. Harvested Samaipata is entirely manual. Each bunch is hand-picked, inspected, and sorted to ensure only the best fruit makes it to the cellar. These are small batch operations, and this is where precision matters. Once the grapes arrive at the winery, the real transformation begins. First comes crushing. Some wineries use mechanical presses, others still crush by foot in large lagars, and these are traditional. The juices move to fermentation tanks, where indigenous yeast begin turning sugar into alcohol.
He aprendido mucho la parte de viticultura, que me encanta, o sea, me encanta el cultivo, podar, limpiar, todo eso. Pero el vino lo hace la gente que sabe hacer. Pero me encargo de que la uva salga bien, que eso es lo importante.
After fermentation, some wines are aged in oak barrels to bring out depth, spice, and texture. Others are left in stainless steel to preserve freshness and highlight the grape's natural aromatics. Each winery has its philosophy and approach, guided by the style they're aiming to achieve and the character of their fruit. At Vinos 1750, minimal oak is used intentionally to allow the unique terroir of Samaipata to come out through without being masked by heavy wood influence. Their wines are often clean, focused, and expressive of the vineyard. Landsua, on the other hand, leans towards a more structured and internationally styled profile. They use a mix of new and seasoned French oak barrels to enhance body and complexity, layering subtle vanilla and also some spice into their wines. Milletta takes a more rustic, traditional path, favoring neutral barrels, those that have been used several times before. They aim to let the fruit do the talking while adding just a small amount of texture and maturity. It's a hands-off philosophy rooted in intuition and trust in the natural process. Whether it's new oak, old oak, or stainless steel, these choices shape not just flavor but identity. In Samaipata, even the vessel is part of this story. From the harvest to the barrel, the process can take weeks or even several months, depending on the varietal, the style, and the winemaker's intention. Every choice, from the exact day of picking to how much time the juice spends on the skins, to the fermentation temperature and length of aging, affects the wine's structure, body, and expression. There's no room for any guesswork here. At this altitude, everything is magnified. The sun is more intense, pushing sugars up quickly while cool nights delay ripening. Grapes can reach peak sugar before flavors are fully matured. That means timing must be exact. Pick too early and the wine is green and underdeveloped. Wait too long and it loses freshness. It's a fine line to walk. In lower altitude regions, there's often more flexibility, but here, at such a high altitude, nature moves on a tightrope. Winemakers in Samaipata operate with heightened sensitivity, constantly adjusting to what the vineyard is telling them. It's a dance of instinct, experience, and precision, like cooking over a fire without a thermometer. You need to smell it, feel it, and trust your touch, because here, the margin for error isn't just thin, it's microscopic.
La verdad que es un poco complicado, ¿no? A veces, a pesar de la tecnología que tenemos, nosotros seguimos manejándonos un poco artesanal porque queremos también mantener y resaltar lo orgánico, ¿no? No utilizar muchos químicos, todo genera un poco de inconvenientes, pero bueno, estamos en la lucha de hacerlo. Y bueno, con la bendición de Dios va para adelante, ¿no?
It's one thing to drink a wine and say it tastes good. It's another to walk to the vines, touch the grapes, watch the juice ferment, and rest in oak. Suddenly that bottle on the table means something more. It becomes a story you've tasted. From vine to barrel, Samaipata's wines are born from patience, altitude, and human craft. Every bottle is a reflection of countless small decisions informed by a deep respect for nature and an understanding of how to work with it, not against it. It's not about speed or volume, it's about care, attention, and the kind of quiet pride that comes from doing things the hard way, because that's the right way to do it, in my opinion. The result is wine with a soul, rooted in its landscape and shaped by the people who nurture it. And next, we meet the minds behind the method, the winemakers who bring this place to life, one harvest at a time. At this altitude, there are no accidents. There's no way to hide any mistakes you make. This is just hard work, years of preservation. I mean, think about 400 years. That's the history that we have here in Samaipata when it comes to wine producing. And what you're going to get is you're going to get some amazing wine that's poetry in the glass. And something that really speaks to your soul. I know it did to me. Didn't know much about Samaipata in the past. Learned about it when I was here in Bolivia and loved it. This high altitude expression is amazing at 1,750 meters. So I'm glad you're here to enjoy this poetry with me. Of course, always like, subscribe, and share. Stick with me through the whole series. I got some long format, really cool stuff that's coming up on the channel.